You're listening to episode 773 of the Father Bills Podcast. Welcome back. This week's episode is entitled Reflecting on Things in Her Heart, given on the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God, 2021. And Mary kept all these things, reflecting on them in her heart. These words I would like to reverberate in my heart, and I'd like to encourage all of you to do the same in your own situations. This is also a statement that I think many of us should really be considering when pondering on the year 2020, this past year. Now, I understand that many of us would like to forget this past year or ask God for a refund. And I'm tempted to join the crowd in this sentiment. I've had the same thoughts myself. But Mary's actions speak to me. Truly, this past year was horrible, and it was something which, though we wish we may not want to, we should reflect upon. The coronavirus has devastated countless people and lives. The consequences for the future are unknown. Ask any business person. But just as Mary didn't fully understand or know the consequences of her new child, we need to have faith. Faith like Mary. We need to make sure that we keep that faith, even and especially through difficult times, or when we don't know what's going to happen, or when things are mysterious and confusing. God did not inflict the virus upon us, but allowed it to happen. So what is God doing? He desires, as always, to turn tragedy into triumph, darkness to light, evil to good. And this is what he did with Mary. He allowed Mary, through the resurrection of Christ, to be conceived herself without sin, being then the perfect vessel for what was to come, to reverse the no of Adam and Eve into a yes by God first and also Mary. But we need to remember today we are celebrating the solemnity of Mary under the title of Mother of God. You see, Mary didn't just give birth to a human named Jesus. She gave birth to God incarnate. Thus, the early church recognized her special role in salvation history with the title Theotokos, or God-bearer. We in English say Mother of God. This title speaks of Mary, but it speaks more about the identity of Jesus. Had she not been the Mother of God from the moment of conceiving Jesus in her womb, then all would have been lost. Salvation would not have come through Jesus. He would have just been another prophet. But because Jesus is the second person of the Blessed Trinity, with all that we articulate in the Creed, which we'll do again today, he was able to take humanity and bring us through death and raise us to new life because he himself did it, pulling us through death and giving us the potential for new life, eternal. All Christians hold on to this to be the case. They believe this to be true about Jesus. Only the God-man could have done such a thing. However, many are afraid to speak of this title of Mary. Somehow there is a misunderstanding that holds that giving this title to Mary puts Mary above Jesus or somehow makes her divine, which is a complete misunderstanding. Nothing could be further from the truth. Be assured, my friends, that by proclaiming Mary as the Mother of God, we are affirming all who Jesus is, what he has done, and what he continues to do in our world. To deny this title to Mary is to deny the full identity of Jesus. Is he God and man, or is he just man? The early church affirmed this declaration in many councils. This title that we give her is the most ancient title of Mary, and the apostolic church attests to this. It is the ultimate answer to the problem of suffering and death. Just a title? Remember, it's not just a title, it's declaring something. It's declaring that the child that Mary bore in her womb was true man and true God, and only through that combination was salvation given. And so, yes, it is a big deal. So let us then turn our hearts and our prayers towards Mary, the Mother of God. Do not be afraid. She's not a God herself. She is the mother of Jesus, who is God incarnate and therefore makes her the Mother of God. Ask her to help you in the beginning of this new year by praying with you, whatever your difficulties are, or whatever possible New Year's resolutions you might make. Ponder in your hearts the things that have happened in the year 2020, being open to the new things that God will do in the near future, in the year 2021 and beyond.
Thank you again for listening to this episode of the Father Bill's podcast. I invite you to go to my website, fatherbill.org, FRBILL.org. If you have any questions or comments, there you can email me directly from the website. You can go to my Facebook page and Twitter, as well as Instagram. And I hope that this new year of 2021, it just feels good to say that, 2021 will bring you peace and joy and an increase in faith. And until next time, may God bless you and have a great day. Bye-bye.